Just when we were ready to give him the hook, Kevin Mason responds and drives 86 yards for the touchdown. Finished it off himself with a 1-yard surge. Up, and over.
Kevin Mason stands 6'3", and he got about 2 inches of that 6'3" over the line, but that's all he needed. And his team is back into it.
23-17, Montreal on top. Chris Wright returning for the Alouettes. Darren Joseph made the tackle. And now, let's see what Tracy Ham can do to respond to a really good drive by the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Well, you know, that drive by the Saskatchewan Roughriders really set up by a guy who's having a tremendous year, and that's Dan Farthing. You know, this is kind of like the hockey goal scorer that gets that little extra effort going to the net and gets dragged down. He gets that big penalty. Well, this second effort gets Saskatchewan a penalty, and that really aided their drive.
Alouettes first down. Beginning at the 28. Pringle. Good run. He took a pretty solid hit from Greg Clark.
Well, you talk about hard-hitting affair. Wow. Greg Clark and Mike Pringle met in the hole. There is scars on Pringle's helmet. There's blood all over his pants. And this has been a hard-hitting affair, and that was one of the hardest hits of the game right there.
Pringle has 20 carries for 120 yards and a couple of receptions, but he was nailed there by Darnell Small. Daly said it would be physical, and it has been.
Well, Darnell Small hit Mike Pringle so hard that he couldn't wrap him up. He knocked him back about 3 yards and knocked him right out of his own arms, but it was enough to get him out of bounds. Another super hard hit on Mike Pringle, and you know what? Next time the Montreal Alouettes get the ball, he'll be hitting just as hard.
Third down, and Baker's kick. Coming to Ulmer near the 40, took it on the run, drew a flag. And momentum has shifted just a little bit here. However, the Alouettes still have the lead at 23-17. It's a little early to finalize the game story, but here are a couple of chapters.
Well, look at this. That's Montreal, that's Montreal, that's Montreal, that's Montreal, but guess what? Saskatchewan's still in it.
6-point ball game. And the Roughriders have the football just across midfield. Good fake by Mason on first down. And a strike. Walters has been very effective this afternoon. He has another catch there. Doug Kraft covering on Rick Walters into the game because of an injury to Rod Harris.
Well, Rick Walters had a great career at Simon Fraser University, had 27 touchdowns as a running back. Simon Fraser. Rod Harris, who he's replaced, is helping to pump up the young Ricky Walters.
Saskatchewan first down. Another good fake. Mason is down this time. Didn't fool Alfred Payton. Fooled me for a split second, but Alfred was not impressed.
Oh, nice job by Alfred Payton. I mean, this is a disciplined pass rush. Here he is right here. He's going to work up this side of the field, but does not bite at all on the play fake, and that doesn't allow James Monroe to get an angle on him to block.
9-yard loss, 2nd and 19. Mason going deep and too deep for Farthing, who was looking for a call. Guess what? He didn't get it on Torrey Hunter.
Well, Dan Farthing thought that he got pushed too far into the middle. That ball kind of sailed down the hash mark, and he felt that Torrey Hunter kept giving him the push in the back and pushed him down into the middle too far.
Get your flags ready at home and see if you want to fire one up here.
Well, the pushing and shoving happened a little earlier than that. Dan Farthing's pass pattern was supposed to take him straight down the hash, not over the middle of the field.
McCallum is in. 6:27 to go. Final quarter at Taylor Field. McCallum with the win. And a beauty. Rolling it out at about the 4-yard line.
Well, It's going to be a single. Paul McCallum thought he put it out an inch outside the line.
I thought it was out too. McCallum just missing. Riders. McCallum thought he had a perfect punt, and I did too, but here's verification. The single point should be standing on the board now.
Well, we have the great look at it, and you see right there, that's where the football is, and your vision to that little flag was impeded by the ball. So the ball went in behind and through the end zone.
As a result, the Alouettes get it out at the 35 in a much better spot. And with time, Armstrong makes another catch, and already the Alouettes are out across midfield. Chris Armstrong, big game today, couple of touchdowns already. He's the go-to guy.
Well, I don't want to be picking on Jason Mallett, but I've put it out a couple of times now. Here comes Armstrong. Jason Mallett is going to play the inside. Tyrell Ulmer on the outside. Tyrell Ulmer expects help from number 22, and when he doesn't get it, crosses his face, and that's how the play is completed. He needs some help from his safety.
24-yard gain. Alouettes handed out to Pringle on first down. And he's got a yard, maybe a yard and a half, wrapped up by Greg Clark. Armstrong's day not bad at all, Suits. 6 catches, 111 yards, and 2 TDs.
And it really has been a Tracy Ham, Mike Pringle kind of afternoon for the Montreal Alouettes. I mean, Tracy Ham, who does call his own plays, has mixed it up well. He's used his weapons, Armstrong and Pringle, and he's responding to the Kevin Mason drive right now.
Now at the Saskatchewan 49, 2nd and 8, big play. And Williams the target. Ham missed him. Nigel Williams streaking down the sideline, and Tracy connect. 3rd down, punting situation, Montreal. 4:52 on the clock. Alouettes going into the wind in the 4th quarter. And it looks like the breeze has picked up just a little bit.
Well, Dave Ritchie knows that Kevin Mason has to put together a drive that puts him in the end zone. A field goal will keep him a point short.
And this rolls through. So a single going the other way for the Montreal Alouettes, bouncing out about a yard in.
Well, both kickers now thought they'd pin their opposing team deep by angling it to the sideline, and both by about a yard just getting it out. We saw Paul McCallum on the series before, and then Terry Baker right there disappointed because he wanted to angle that one out around the 4 or 5 yard line. Paul McCallum knows how it feels.
Yeah, well, even up 1 point each. Not much change.
Well, it's a huge difference in field position. I mean, even if you angle it by the 10 and take a little less off that corner. I mean, right now Saskatchewan has the ball in the 35.
And that's exactly where Montreal had the football on the last sequence because of McCallum's single. 1st down. 4:27 to go in the 4th quarter. Kevin Mason in trouble. He escaped. Time to throw on the run, and coming back, Walters made the catch. They call him inbound.
Well, all of a sudden, Ricky Walters has become Kevin Mason's #1 target, but I like the poise of Mason here. He looks like a different guy since Steve Sarkisian started warming up. Lots of poise, keep looking downfield, even though he had Steve Charbonneau right in his face, and
There's a close call here.
calmly throws it to the sideline, and Saskatchewan gets away with one with Ricky Walters a whole half foot over the line.
I'd say so. 2nd down. 6 to go. Mason himself looking for a block. He won't get it. Kraft forcing him out.
Well, will Dave Ritchie send this film? Should Saskatchewan come back and pull off a victory in this game, when he go back to the Ricky Walters play that may have continued this game-winning drive? I mean, Ricky Walters right here catches the ball. You need 1 foot. That foot clearly halfway out. The right foot out, and the left foot comes in right on the white stripe. So
It was only a 5-yard gain, and they're kicking anyway. So perhaps not a big deal.
it may not be a big deal.
McCallum unloads on this one, trying to keep it away from right. He gets a great bounce. Oh, now there was the punt. 12-yard line. A little luck on this one. He got a great roll.
Well, you know, the point I want to make, though, is Ricky Walters was the first guy down the field, and Wright felt him down there and felt like he had to try and corral that ball in a hurry and forced it out of bounds.
Flag is down. 56-yard punt if it stands.
Montreal.
Boy.
25. First down.
This is what you call one of those forced fumbles. Chris Wright couldn't get the handle. See number 5, Ricky Walters, at the top of your screen. He feels him there and has to kind of panic, and then he pushes it out of bounds.
3:47 to go. The Roughriders trail by 6, but they have the Alouettes pinned deep. Trace of the defense.
Tracy Ham has been in this position many, many times in his career.
Nice to hear a little noise, isn't it? Ringo wrapped up in the backfield. Small got there first and got a lot of help, didn't he?
Well, Darnell Small makes the tackle, but it's team defense. Great team defense. Everybody in the front 7 for Saskatchewan take care of their gap responsibilities. Darnell Small scrapes and makes the tackle, but team defense.
The loss is 2. 2nd and 12. Ham needs a big play here. Tipped. Alouettes will kick it away. Jason Simmons, he's been solid this afternoon. Big play there. 3 minutes to go. The Owls will give it up to Saskatchewan. Jason Simmons of the Roughriders, defensive MVP in the World League of American Football this year, has really made an impact today. Riders are going to get the ball. Baker standing in his end zone. How's he going to kick it?
Well, right now, John, it's a 6-point game. The difference between 6 and 4 is really irrelevant. So I think Terry Baker will just take off, run out the back of the end zone, and take the safety. You can tell the way he's trying to use all the time in the clock first and make Saskatchewan, once they give up the safety, drive the length of the field. Hey, sir.
So they'll take it back half the distance to the goal line. Baker has some memories of this place as a Rough Rider one time. It's a hot afternoon here. 24 Celsius when the game began.
And remember, John, the rule change on this play now is no holding up front. It's assessed on the kickoff. It's not assessed anymore on the play. So Terry Baker will probably take this one and hightail it out the back of the end zone, because his guys up front can't hold anymore.
They've added 3 seconds to the clock here. It's 2:29. They're reading up there, and that's the unofficial time anyway. Tense time. Saskatchewan trailing by 6. So here's the safety as Baker tries to take a little off. And the Riders try and steal it away in the end zone.
No, but what Dave Ritchie didn't want is the Baker to run around that he could cause a fumble there. But let's go back to the big play from Jason Simmons. He's had a great game pushing up the middle and getting a great surge. And he's not working on anybody soft here. This is Mark Dixon right here. Most coaches in the league think that Mark Dixon may be the best lineman in the Canadian Football League. Pushes him back, keeps working, and then watch him get the hand up and knock it out of the air. That basically results in 2 points and the ball for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
The Riders have the option of taking the ball at their own 35. Dave. Richie talking it over with Jim Popp down there, the general manager in Montreal.
Well, a good decision to give up the safety, obviously. Now Saskatchewan has to drive it the length of the field.
Riders will begin at the 35. There's lots of time on the clock for an experienced quarterback. Kevin Mason lacks a little of that and goes deep on the first play to Narcisse. You can catch this one on Sports Desk later tonight.
This makes the Don Narcisse highlight reel, which is miles long by this point in his career. Two great players battling all the way down the field, and Don Narcisse comes up with the circus grab.
43 yards. 2:09 on the clock. Mike Saunders. Nice run over two guys. And really still ended up on his feet, forcing Herb Smith out of bounds when he went out.
Most coaches will tell you when you go into a game, if you just beat your man, we have a chance to win this football game. And that time, Don Narcisse beat a great one in Herb Smith at the corner, and he had to make the circus catch to do it.
Second down. And 3 yards to go, Saskatchewan. 2:03 on the clock. Riders are down by 4. They need a touchdown to win. Mason wrapped up.
That field goal is not bad.
Almost made an error there trying to throw the football while he was in the grasp of Peterson.
Well, what happened, John, is the offensive line decides to go down and cut block. And when you cut block, here's Peterson right here. When you go to cut block, you better get that ball off in a hurry. You see all the linemen go for the knees, and when Kevin Mason doesn't release the ball in a hurry, that allows Peterson to fight through it and get in his face.
3rd and 10 from the shotgun. It's open. He's got a chance. Trying to outrun Tom Europe, and he can't quite do it.
John, Tom Europe came up with the play of the game last week versus the Winnipeg Blue Bombers when they were threatening to score the winning points. Picked off a pass that bounced off Dexter Dawson's shoulder pads. And this is not easy, and I speak from experience when I say this, because I know in the open field, you got a quarterback with the running ability of Kevin Mason. There's a lot of space around you and the ball carrier, and it's tough to tackle like that in the open field, but Tom Europe comes up with a huge play for Montreal right there.
Alouettes get the ball back and a chance to wrap up the victory. 1:41 on the clock. Still time if the Rider defense can make a play or two here. There's one. Darnell Small, he's really been an impressive member of the Roughriders, and they
well, we just talked about last week, Tom Europe coming up with a big interception. Here it was right here. Chris Vargas, a chance to win the game. Dexter Dawson open. Tom Europe picks it up. That sealed the win for Montreal, and he may have just sealed it for him again right here this afternoon.
2nd down and 9. 1:23 on the clock. Alouettes have their hands on the football at the 27-yard line. Looking for a first down here. Ham. No go on the first down. Joseph made the play. Climby was the target.
With the lineup that the Saskatchewan Roughriders have right now, I think Dale Joseph may be their best cover guy. He's been asked to cover Chris Armstrong throughout this whole game and comes up with a huge hit right there. Dale Joseph's playing one heck of a game tonight.
So there's still hope in Riderville. 1:13 on the clock. Baker will kick to Mayfield. Or maybe Elmer. Elmer looking for a block, didn't get it.
Well, there's lots of time left with 1 minute and 3 seconds. And Saskatchewan and Kevin Mason starting where they are right now at midfield. Plenty of time Gary Hoffman's going to have to probably single a couple plays into him in advance so he can go in the huddle, call a couple in a row, and get that hurry-up offense on the field.
A minute 3. It definitely can be done. The Riders need a touchdown to win. They trail 24-20. Beginning at the 52. Mason looking deep, looking for Farthing, makes the catch. Oh, boy. Nash was covering. 2 great long passes.
Dan Farthing has done this all season. Nothing fancy. He comes right down the seam, working on Harold Nash. The key to the play is what he does when the ball's in the air, and he out-jumps Nash to come down with the football.
The gain is 41. The Riders, with 54 seconds on the clock, are inside the Montreal 20. Mason, Farthing again, flag down.
No question, this will be pass interference, Montreal. Dan Farthing and Don Narcisse run crossing routes on the play, and they get basically mauled.
Illegal contact and eligible receiver. Montreal, number 21. First down, Saskatchewan.
That's on Irv Smith, the great cornerback.
Narcisse going to try to run under. Farthing going to come out. Now watch how the grabbing and clutching and grabbing that's going on. Irv Smith on the hands of Don Narcisse and Harold Nash on Farthing.
Lonely feeling. Montreal, 118 yards in penalties. The Riders have a chance at this. 3 cracks at it from the 9-yard line. 46 seconds on the clock. Mason stands in. It's tipped, and it's intercepted. Oh, Tom Europe again. Europe goes down at the 5-yard line, and that is a heartbreaker at Taylor Field. There was a chance, time on the clock, tipped at the line, right to Tommy Europe. 4 interceptions.
Saskatchewan coaching staff can't believe it, but Dave Ritchie really worked hard to get Tom Europe when he became a free agent out of the New Orleans Saints camp in the end.